Hello and welcome to the Zul'jin Distillery Invitational League. I am the Crushinator, and tonight I will be your caster for this matchup between Death and Delay and Clouded Minds After Dark. Hopefully you're having an excellent evening. Making sure the teams are ready. I had to make sure everything was alright. The Division E Grand Finals is going on, and I got a message, but I think they're okay. So I'm good to set up and cast for you this evening. If you're just joining us, you're new to the Zul'jin Distillery Invitational, you'll notice that there's quite a lot of maps available. We have 13 available maps here in the XGDI. Only maps that aren't available are Blackheart's Bay, Warhead Junction, and Haunted Mines. Tiger coming in with the 121 again! My goodness, thank you so much for the support, friend. Yeah, you will see Blackheart's Bay there at the bottom of the icons. Actually, it's near the top. I thought I put it near the bottom. Anyway, the Blackheart's Bay is to indicate that ARAM is actually an available option here in the XGDI. So, yeah, we'll see if a team picks it tonight. It's been picked once so far in my casts. See if they go for it again. Let them know I'm ready. Swing time coming in with the 69. Thank you so much, friend. Good to see you back. All right. We are going to be going to Alterac Pass for game number 1 as our draft is now underway. Death and Delay banned out Hanamura Temple and Garden of Terror. Clouded Minds After Dark banned out Braxis Holdout and Battlefield of Eternity. So we'll see how our draft unfolds here on Alterac Pass for the first one. Death and Delay, first to act here. We'll see what the priority is going to be. Our OP heroes are still OP. Stuff like Vala, stuff like Lucio. See whether those are going to receive some ban priority. Going to be the Stitches banned out first. Death and Delay not interested in picking up the Abomination themselves. Alterac Pass is always one, like, it's one map where you still kind of need, like a pseudo offlaner. Because it's tough to rotate as 4 between the lanes here on Alterac, so you need a solo laner, you need like a pseudo laner, and then you still need someone who can go and handle the camp, so there's a lot of PvE jobs to be done here on Alterac Pass, and we have seen some teams just run straight up push comps. They don't plan to fight at all, they just take all the building siege they possibly can and run it down. See Asmodan comps, you put stuff like a Muradin and a Sonya and a Greymane together, and you just run at buildings, and it tends to work fairly well. See what it's going to be. We've got quite the tank choke coming on out here. Stitches, May, and Varian all banned away right here at the start. See if Cloud and Vines is going to continue the trend. They're going to break trend and get rid of the Vala, which is quite reasonable. Quite reasonable. Lucio will be the first choice here for Delta Sniper. Mixing Fire at 20 is not available. However, High 5 at 10 is still very good talent, and Lucio being able to get around such a large map very quickly is obviously a boon. Clouded Minds After Dark. Yesterday favoring the Li Ming, favoring the Greymane. Definitely a pairing we could see on Alterac. Greymane can really shred that back camp. It's going to be an early Garrosh here for Charlemagne, and Venus going right back to the Li Ming. See if Death and Delay has the answer for it. Yesterday, Li Ming just was able to sit back in that orb build and just do whatever she wanted at all times. MDC going to bring the Anubarak in to try to counter this Garrosh. Possibly try to get back to the Li Ming. Those beetles can be a problem. MacDaddio picking up the Kael'thas. I like the Kael'thas pick on the side of Death and Delay, not only because it's nice wave clear, it's nice in the team fights, but it prevents, it's not likely that there'd be a double mage on the side of Clouded Minds After Dark, but Lucio into Kael'thas is a real pain in the butt. You put the Living Bomb on Lucio, and all of a sudden, you've got to be super careful about where you're going, because Lucio is just constantly moving around, and that can be a big problem with those Living Bombs. Sonya will be the ban here for Clouded Minds After Dark. Remove one of those off-lane options. Interesting they didn't keep it for themselves. I guess they're not interested in picking that up. That makes me wonder what they are thinking for the solo lane. Death and Delay. Gonna remove the Malfurion, which can be a problem for Lucio. It can definitely be a good combination with both Li Ming and Garrosh. With the Innervate reducing Li Ming's cooldowns and the follow-up to Garrosh throws, Malfurion would definitely have been a strong pairing there. Clouded Minds After Dark with their next two picks. They've got to think about their lanes. They've got to think about their back camp. We'll see what the choices are going to be here. Skycake bringing in the Brightwing, and Dax actually going to lock in the Abathur here. So not saving that for last pick, showing it right here. Very interesting. That does give them some global presence and some good off-lane soak on this such a large map. Brightwing going to be able to help out as well. So Clouded Minds After Dark definitely not going to be hurting for lane soak with this setup. Last two choices. Huckett going to bring in the Karazim for like a pseudo-double support over on the side of Death and Delay, and Ire Maiden bringing in Zool. That's a lot of wave clear. Between Kael'thas and Zool, they can definitely keep the map in check. See what Clouded Minds After Dark has to deal with this. Double Damn coming in with the follow. Welcome, friend. Hope you're enjoying the show. Tiger with the last pick opportunity. Gonna go to the Hogger. Okay. Hogger's camp ability is very much lessened since the patch, since Rage no longer affects those non-heroic targets, but Hogger can still do it, be fairly healthy at the end. Not having mana means that being able to take camps isn't a huge deal. We'll have to see whether maybe an Abathur hat comes on through to help out with that. That would certainly speed up the process for Clouded Minds After Dark there. Cool matchup we got here. We're going to be loading into our game number 1. I take a quick look at the comps once again. The Zool and the Kael'thas definitely make room for the Karazim. It's going to be some strong dive there. Li Ming may have a little bit of trouble into Karazim, because the Monk is very good at dashing into the back, but Brightwing will be there for the protect, so that he may be able to turn it around onto Huckett. We'll have to see how that matchup goes. We are loading on in here to our game number 1. We'll not have to ponder any longer. We'll have to ponder a little longer, because we're still loading. Ween is coming in with another 69. Thank you very much, friend. Glad to be here once again. There we go. We got some loading bars moving across the screen. Come on, last one. Here we go, Charlemagne. Yeah. Alrighty. On the left in the blue, it is Death and Delay. MDC on the Anubarak. Delta Sniper playing the Lucio. Huckett on the Karazim. Mac Daddy-O on the Kael'thas. And Ire Maiden playing the Zool. On the right in the red, Clouded Minds After Dark. Weenus is on the Li Ming. Charlemagne playing Garrosh. Tiger on the Hogger. Dax playing the Anubarak. Or Dax is on the Brightwing. There was a little bit of a switch there. Skycake is actually going to be on the Abathur, not Anubarak. I missed the switch. The overlay was wrong. That's all right. That's all right. So it's Skycake on the Abathur. Dax moving over to the Brightwing. See what the lane setup is going to be. Right now, Garrosh doesn't have a lot to help out with engage here. So going to be relying mostly on catching the enemy team rather than moving forward. Delta Sniper going to be thrown into the back. A quick polymorph comes on out there. Garrosh actually getting taken down to about half health here at the start. Weenus getting punched a little bit there by Huckett. Those bombs are causing some problems over on the side of Clouded Minds After Dark. Checking in on the top lane, Zool ruling with the wave clear so far. Augur working on getting set up once again. Right now, Li Ming going to go ahead and start up the back camp for now. Definitely going to need some help there. The Abathur hat going to come on through. I'm interested in what this matchup looks like now. I mean, with Augur's wave clear nerfed the way it is, the heroic damage is going to be what's important in that matchup. Dax dealing with MDC and Delta Sniper down here in the bottom lane. Weenus actually doing okay. The healing and the shielding coming through from Abathur is keeping Li Ming fairly healthy with this kiting. Okay. That went better than I thought it would. Some good stutter stepping there by Weenus getting that done. Over on the left side, Death and Delay doing the same with their null camp. Charlemagne is going... Oh, there it is. Zool goes down, so that matchup... Zool definitely having the wave clear advantage there in the top lane, but Hogger can still bring the pain. Versus heroes. That's something definitely to watch out for. Very nicely done by Clouded Minds After Dark. Checking back here in the mid lane. Looks like Clouded Minds After Dark still have the remnants of their camp pushing on through, but that'll be cleared away by Death and Delay. That Abathur hat can really tilt these matchups, so that's going to be a big boon for Clouded Minds After Dark in these lane setups. Zool not exactly known for those dueling capabilities, but after that first death, we'll probably be a little bit more respectful of the Hogger damage with that Abathur hat. We see the prison camps are coming up down in here in the bottom lane. Teams usually waiting until level 7 or waiting until some sort of major advantage. As Charlemagne going to be caught on the rotation by MDC. Going into the back is Huckett. We'll see if there's enough damage here. It's just the two healers and the Anubarak. And Karazim damage doesn't really come online until a little bit later in the game. So Garrosh going to be just fine, especially with that right wing and Abathur support. Back camps are up again. See who starts to move on back. Looks like Karazim headed that way. Hogger doing the same here on the right-hand side. As level 7, pretty close for both teams. It's been a very even early game. So far, Death and Delay a little bit ahead on that minion soak, but that one hero kill coming on through from Hogger in the top lane is keeping Clouded Minds After Dark in that race to level 7. Venus working on the wall there with those Li Ming combos. Harassing Anubarak a little bit, taking MDC down to half health. Is Charlemagne down in the bottom lane. Looks like Karazim clearing out that camp a little bit faster than Hogger, well, getting there a little bit sooner. So the camps will clash over here on the right-hand side of the map. Cannon towers will help clear this away, so that's definitely going to be helpful there for Tiger. Charlemagne going to be saved there by Dax, but those bombs are starting to really spread over on the side of Clouded Minds After Dark. Charlemagne looking to move on forward again. Look at those living bombs, just guaranteed damage every time onto the Garrosh. Right now, Lucio stuck trying to clear this mid lane. Definitely love to have some help from Kael'thas. Delta Sniper just shelling away there. Tiger putting some big damage there onto Iron Maiden. Can the hat actually catch up and do enough damage here? Oh, the spike, is enough. I thought the spike burst didn't hit. I wasn't sure the needle would be enough, but it was. Very nicely done. If you take a look at the Abathur build. Oh, okay, going with the Mule. Charlemagne on 54 health, barely able to get away there as Weenus getting whittled down by Mac Daddy-O. Right now, we're approaching level 10, and no one has even thought about moving towards the objective here. They're just playing the lanes, just playing the map. Li Ming back to that orb build, going with the Zay's Vengeance on 7. Working on the back camp for a third time here is Huckett for Death and Delay. Big combo goes out onto Charlemagne. Dax there with that spell armor to deny some of that Kael'thas damage. Right now, Hogger moving to the back camp here for Clouded Minds After Dark. Going to be a little bit behind Death and Delay in that category. So we see Huckett working on this final minion. Level 10s are here for both teams. See if there's anything out of the ordinary here. Charlemagne trying for the taunt, not quite landing it onto the two members of Death and Delay there. And just continuing to shell away at the wall. Both teams thinking they're going to get ahead with this delay on the objective. Huckett coming on through. Azul goes down once again in that top lane. Tiger doing a great job on Hogger, pressuring out the Necromancer. See Hogger moving to the mid. Gonna clear away this camp. Delta Sniper gonna go ahead and tickle the knoll there. It's honestly surprising. Like, I know the objective is, like, you've got to give up some stuff to go to the objective, but it's a good objective. Right now, Tiger going to get comboed onto the 7-sided strike, but there's the save from Dax, going to put Hogger into safety. Charlemagne is going to get cocooned in the backline as Dax and Tiger are now being dove on by Huckett. Dax trying to get away from Delta Sniper here, but cannot do it. First blood in this scrap goes over to Death and Delay. Charlemagne going to fall as well. There's the Abathur clone. Skycake coming on through with the double Garrosh. That'll be quickly dispatched. And now it looks like Death and Delay thinking about moving over to our first objective of the game. Well, maybe not. They're not going to step up. Huckett has to back here. Camps are up and available once again. And the teams vacate the area. Wow. Two members of Death and Delay back onto this 90-second spawn camp. Clouded Mines not on the back camp again just yet, as Hogger is now making their way over there. Charlemagne looking for a flank here onto Delta Sniper, throwing Lucio back. Gets the taunt. Venus with the Disintegration Beam combo is... Oh, nice knock-up. Is that going to be enough? Yes, it will. Lucio going down to the Charlemagne Venus combo. Level 13 is here for Death and Delay. So once again, teams are just right back to the lanes. Tiger capping this camp here. Going to have to go and clear through the mid. Zul's actually right on top of this tower. Skycake trying to save it. Hogger has to go respond to that, so the mid lane is going to push in a little bit. We'll see whether Clouded Mines After Dark is going to rotate. Charlemagne tries to get the Groundbreaker. Dax coming on through with the save. Nice polymorph there as well. Will save Garrosh. Now Zul's clearing this mid, and the wave pressure created by Death and Delay is starting to matter here in the mid lane, forcing a rotation out from Clouded Mines After Dark. Big wave here along with the last scraps of this knoll. Abathur clone is out. There's the Poison Nova from Zul, going to hit two members. Abathur clone being forced back as Tiger throwing in that easy throw dynamite. Skycake wants a throwback here. Oh, MacDaddy-O was in range for just a moment but will not be displaced. The chase is on. Clouded Mines After Dark are looking for the members of Death and Delay. Venus blinks away from the Impale. Zul back to the top lane here. Starting to get a serious advantage. The minion XP now 4,000 ahead for Death and Delay. Despite the extra hero kills for Clouded Mines After Dark, looking nearly a full level behind, as Hogger is trying to catch up to Zul. Siege here in the bottom lane continues. Death and Delay playing it safe. Oh, Dax getting some big hits there. MacDaddy-O throwing out the fire, forcing the Fairy Dragon to head back to base. Zul is just gonna solo grab mid here. Nothing that Abathur can do. Charlemagne gonna come on through with the flank. Taunt comes on out. The Bone Prison is gonna, not quite allow Iron Maiden to get some space. Dax comes in with the Polymorph. Iron Maiden trying to heal up. Will not quite be enough as Zul goes down, but bottom fort going down to Death and Delay as well. Tiger pushing in this minion wave, looking like this fort may go down to the dynamite and the minion wave. So a lot of uncontested push onto these structures, and it looks like, they're going to actually touch it. Huckett is going to channel the first objective of the game here at the 11-minute mark on Alterac Pass. Hogger just continuing to push here in the top lane as the remnants of this minion wave. But Death and Delay are on the objective. North up in the chat, how you doing? Charlemagne moving in, wants to find a throw. MacDaddy-O gets a big combo out. Li Ming can't quite get the Disintegration Beam onto that cocoon, but Charlemagne will be broken out here. objective is stalled out. MacDaddio thrown into the backline, but look at all that bomb damage. There's the Abathur clone being deleted. Dax being forced back as well. MacDaddio and Huckett very, very low. Weenus is threatening with that orb build once again. The objective is stalled out with 1.6 seconds remaining. Zool working on this back camp here for Death and Delay. The rest of the crew looking to get the last little bit of channel here. Weenus trying to get the interrupt. There's the disintegration beam. The target is Charlemagne. The Abathur Hat trying to sustain Garrosh through this engagement. There's the W. Looks like Garrosh is going to be just fine as Weenus continues to shell in with those orbs. Zool Poison Nova comes out, is going to land onto 4 members of Clouded Minds After Dark. Weenus is getting so low, but Dax comes in with the blink. Iron Maiden trying to catch up here. Is the Bone Prison going to be enough? Yes. Right Wing and Li Ming go down. Charlemagne is being chased out by the rest of Death and Delay. Garrosh uses the taunt, but still goes down. And our first objective of the game claimed at 12 minutes 30 seconds here by Death and Delay. And that's going to be moving right up onto these keep walls. See the push down here in the bottom lane, not even waiting for this objective. They're getting this keep wall nice and softened up as the riders of the Alliance come on down the lanes. Zool, even in the top lane, is going to usher through that rider to the top fort. So there's going to be a ton of damage done here. MDC is looking for Skycake. Abathur slugs on out of there. Keep is going to go down before the objective even passes the halfway mark, as we now see Clouded Minds After Dark starting to respawn. Hogger thrown into the cocoon, but Weenus is there with the breakout. This rider is going to be marching straight onto the core mid lane. The rider has arrived at the wall. Death and Delay starting to rotate on through, and Zool is ushering the top rider in to the top wall. These are all fairly healthy here. This could be multiple keeps for Death and Delay. Garrosh is pushed back, Charlemagne being pushed away by the Kael'thas damage. Tiger gets that living bomb. Will stay away from the rest of the team. Iron Maiden fully committing, and that's going to be top keep here. The rider moves on through. Zool could be in some trouble in the top lane, but is starting to heal off those swipes. Could it be enough? Weenus with the combo. That's going to be it for Iron Maiden. The core is undefended. That's a triple keep play for Death and Delay. Wow. If you've ever seen a more effective first Alterac pass objective, you let me know. Because only one objective has gone by, and there are no keeps remaining on the side of Clouded Minds After Dark. Unbelievable. Right now, Clouded Minds After Dark, they're moving towards the top boss. They were spotted back in the lane here. It looks like Death and Delay are just happy to trade out bottom boss for top. Clouded Minds After Dark are certainly not out of this yet. They're in a tough spot because the constant catapults, especially in the mid lane where that camp is, are going to have to be constantly cleared out here. But if this boss in the top lane does some work, a late game team fight could definitely get Clouded Minds After Dark back into this game, and possibly just a straight path to core. Though it is pretty difficult to finish on just one keep here on Alterac Pass. The full team wipe, though, it is possible. Death and Delay may not give them time, though. Trying to walk this boss in with their level 20 advantage, they may just be going for it right now. But if they do this and they fail, top keep could go down, mid fort is definitely in trouble. So Death and Delay, they're putting their cards on the table right now. Delta Sniper taken down to half health. Can Clouded Minds After Dark come through with the defense? Core is backed up. Weenus is trying to move in here. Charlemagne with the taunt. There's the cocoon out onto Weenus. Core is down to about half health as the Poison Nova comes on out from Zool. MDC trying to move back here. Weenus is very, very low. The core looks like it's taking just too much damage here, and it's going to be Death and Delay with the first victory in this series. GG. Very nicely done there by Death and Delay. They just, I mean, they delayed. That's what they did. They didn't worry about that first objective at all. They just kept their lane parity. They took advantage of their Zool push power. Took advantage of their dive in the bottom lane, They got the most out of that objective and cruised on through to victory. Very, very nicely done. Taking a look at the stats, Mac Daddio coming way out ahead on the damage there for Death and Delay, 47,500. Over on the side of Clouded Minds After Dark, Weenus with that orb build, 52,000 for the red side. Very nicely done. Not a whole lot of kills that game, not a whole lot of actual 5v5 engagements, but just wearing them down over time. Death and Delay pick up the victory. Very nicely done. Take a quick look at the talent builds. We saw that Summer Anthem for Lucio getting the Unkillable out in those last moments. Taking a quick look at the rest, seeing if there was anything super out of the ordinary. Of course, Weenus sticking with the Glass Cannon Orb build as per yesterday. Everything looking pretty cool. Everything looking pretty toit like a Toiger. Alrighty. Kavlor redeems the 10 squats. How dare you, Kavlor? How dare you, sir? All right.
And down, up, and down. Last 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Ready to turn your toes out, out, and down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Slowly walk back.
All right, there you go. 10 squats for Kavlor. Alrighty. Looks like we got our next lobby up and running. We're going to be going to Infernal Shrines for game number 2. Hope everyone in chat's having a wonderful day today. Getting our lobby up and running here. Death and Delay has chosen to take us to Infernal Shrines. It's Clouded Minds After Dark opting for first pick after losing game number 1. Weenus wants 10 squats. All right.
Good. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And switch back. Good. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Stretching back. Keep your hip down. Last one. And 1, 2, 3, 4. To the back. Bring both feet together and stretch.
10 squats. Not sure your eyes can recover from the background-foreground combo. Come on. North wants 10 squats. Good lord. Good lord. All right, all right.
And reach. Other side. Both arms up, rolling down and up. Again. And side. And reach. Both arms up, rolling down and up. Again. And reach. And up and down. Rolling up. Last one. Up. And reach. And up.
There you go. 30 squats. Oh. Gotta do it. Gotta be active. Gyms are still closed for another, 3 weeks here. It's awful, man. I just want to go bang the weights again. All good, Ripper, all good. We're just waiting on our teams to convene here in the lobby. Match my manliness. Oh my goodness. Maybe next time I'll do it in a tank top for extra manliness. Alright, filing on in here. We're going to be going to Infernal Shrines for game number 2. Did I set it up properly? I did. Yeah. If you're just joining us and you're wondering about the state of the series, Death and Delay was just victorious there on Alterac Pass. Banned maps for the series are Hanamura Temple, Garden of Terror, Braxis, Holdout, and Battlefield of Eternity. Death and Delay looking to lock things up here. But can Clouded Minds After Dark swing back on a somewhat smaller map? We'll say that. Easier to rotate between lanes. I'll give them the caster ready. And see if we can get ourselves into game number 2. Yeah, just taking a quick look. My winner isn't above the correct column. Did I put the wrong winner on? No, the winner's on the right. The pick is the left icon, the winner is the right icon, and the winner is the name. I think it's okay. It looked okay to me. Maybe it's not. What do I want to see change for Clouded Minds game number 2? So they went with an Abathur comp with the Li Ming. I found their Garrosh is a tough one. Garrosh doesn't have great engage on his own. Garrosh, that you can make up for that with something like a Zarya or something like a Lucio, who can speed boost Garrosh into an engage. That can work out. Or just getting another hero with a full engage. Deckard is really great for that, being able to reach out and slow people or root people to allow Garrosh to catch up. Even something like a Cassia with Valkyrie, anything that can start the fight and allow Garrosh to huff his way up there and throw a target. But with the setup they had, all Death and Delay really had to do was make sure they didn't walk into Garrosh and they'd be okay. So if Clouded Minds After Dark wants to run that Garrosh again, I think they want to worry about making sure their engage is coming from somewhere else. Clouded Minds After Dark with the first pick here. Varian, Hogger, Vala, and Uther are banned away. See what the first pick is going to be now that they have the opportunity. Be a Sonya coming on out for Tiger. Sonya very strong on this map in particular, can rip those camps very easily, can come and help out in the pit. Delta Sniper very happy to go back to the Lucio, Mac Daddio back to the Kael'thas. So right now Death and Delay happy to just play the same stuff again. Worked pretty well in game number 1, so why change it? Stitches did go unbanned. So Charlemagne will be picking up the Abomination, and Weena's going to shift gears over to the Azmodan. Azmodan can definitely help poke out the objectives. Very strong siege, very strong wave clear. And Stitches can sort of keep distance and create sort of a zone where people don't want to go into with the hook possibilities with the Gorges. Good combination there. Anduin going to be the ban for Death and Delay, wanting to make sure if they catch someone, they stay caught. Don't get saved by an Anduin. Clouded Minds After Dark. I mean, if the picks are going to come on through the same way, I wouldn't mind seeing an Anubarak ban with this setup. Going to ban Tychus, though, wanting to protect the Azmodan Stitches health bars just a little bit more. That is 3 pretty beefy heroes between Sonya, Stitches, and Azmodan, so that definitely makes sense. Makes me wonder if Death and Delay is considering a Malthael offlane here. But right now, Death and Delay, I honestly don't see any reason why they should deviate. MDC is going to switch it up a little bit, going to go to the ETC rather than the Anubarak, and Iron Maiden locking in the Diva. Diva, another great map pick, able to control the shrine with that bomb explosion. So something to try to counter this Azmodan. Dax gonna bring in the Sylvanas here, so Clouded Minds After Dark definitely investing in trying to win this objective with the Azmodan and the Sylvanas. See what the last pick is going to be here for Skycake. It is going to be that white main that we saw yesterday. So great at denying burst. Can come on through from this ETC Kael'thas, and another double support setup. This time it's going to be Rhaegar from Huckett. So that'll help out with the camp ability, a little bit of wave clear. Looking at this comp, I'm guessing we're talking about Ancestral Healing to try to save whatever Stitches combo comes on out, because the damage from Clouded Minds After Dark is not incredibly fast. So Ancestral Healing could definitely land. Very interesting setup here. I feel like the team fight is definitely in Death and Delay's favor right now. But Clouded Minds After Dark, if they can get their waves right, if they can jump on top of the objectives, finish them off with Azmodan, their siege potential is very, very good. So I think it's going to come down to objective fights here. So we load on into game number 2. See what the clash is going to be like. Skycake showed some definite prowess on the white main. So that'll be a fun hero to watch. Here we go. Loading on into our game number 2. On the left in the blue, trying to close out the series, is Death and Delay. Delta Sniper on the Lucio, Huckett playing Rhaegar, MDC on the ETC, Mac Daddy-O on the Kael'thas, and it is Ire Maiden on the Diva. On the right in the red, Clouded Minds After Dark with Skycake on the white main, Dax playing Sylvanas, Tiger is on the Sonya, Venus playing Azmodan, and Charlemagne is on the Stitches. Here we go. Game number 2 is underway. Stitches going with that Savor the Flavor quest on level 1. Gonna be trying to devour heroes. ETC with the Globe quest. Kael'thas also bringing on the Globe quest. Azmodan bringing the Gluttony there on level 1. Charlemagne first hook not quite gonna land there onto Mac Daddy-O. As the stun comes out onto onto Stitches, rather. Charlemagne gonna have to move on back there. Huckett very low there. Tiger was spinning all over that Rhaegar. Azmodan getting Rhaegar below 300, but the kill will not come through. Sylvanas in the off lane grabbing some of this XP. Diva versus Sonya here in the top lane. A tale as old as time. As we now have a scuffle over here. MDC going right in after Venus. Azmodan trying to get on out of there. Gets one final dunk before digging into the grave. Nice pickup there. ETC with another big slide onto Dax. Charlemagne being put with the living bomb. Dax almost getting taken out there. The Haunting Wave is enough to get away. Oh, Charlemagne almost landing a hook once again, but the Minion Wave stepping up just a little too far. Rhaegar going to work on solo in this camp for now, or allowing the rest of the team to focus on clearing this mid-wave. See Clouded Minds After Dark doing the same thing on their camp. Standard macro stuff coming out from both sides, picking up this early Khazra camp. We'll see if there's going to be any contest over this bottom lane camp, with Charlemagne throwing out a raw hook, not quite landing there onto Delta Sniper. Clouded Minds After Dark moving straight for this. Skycake gonna lock it in. Level 4 is here. Oh, Charlemagne could be in some trouble. Stitches with the Devour trying to heal back up, but it's not going to be enough, and that is Charlemagne going down. Clouded Minds After Dark are going to have to vacate that bottom camp. MDC with another great slide there onto Dax. Mac Daddy with the follow-up, a little bit light on mana. Huckett with a quick bite and on the way out. Delta Sniper harassing Tiger here in the mid lane as Diva just working this top push. Death and Delay looking pretty strong here. A little bit ahead on the minion soak. Got that extra hero kill. Experience. As Tiger does manage to clear away this mid. See Death and Delay. Huckett working on that bottom camp. MDC trying to zone out. It's going to give Rhaegar enough time to back away. See if Clouded Minds After Dark can do this. Charlemagne in the front is going to ward away MDC and Huckett. Clouded Minds After Dark, they pick it up. Macdadio not here in time. We'll see if they have enough to kill Charlemagne, because that cannon tower is actually starting to lay on some damage. But the top shrine is activating. We have an arcane shrine for our first objective of the game. And now both teams down here in the bottom lane. Sonya going to go ahead and start this up. So Tiger doing this first. We'll see. Iron Maiden does have the bomb available, so that is what you want to see with your diva for this first objective. Charlemagne possibly looking for a gank onto diva or just a gank on this rotation. Hook actually comes out onto Delta Sniper. What a guess. Coming on through from Charlemagne. Unfortunately, Lucio with that movement speed is just going to move away, and Dax in a world of hurt here. Nowhere to go. Sylvanas goes down. The mech is actually used outside of the pit. I'd call that a win for Clouded Minds After Dark, though without their Sylvanas, they're definitely going to have a tough time stepping up here. See how much Azmodan can do from outside this objective range. Picking up a couple of hits there as Tiger moves on in once again. Nice dodge onto that power slide. But Death and Delay are evening things up on the minion count. Tiger just living forever in this backline with that white main mark. Sonya is very, very resilient. Charlemagne is going to be stunned once again. Stitches with the Devour, but now is out of options. Actually, it's going to be Rhaegar the first to go down here. MDC in a little bit of trouble as the Venus laser was locked on. Stitches will be next to go down. Dax trying to get the last hit. It will be the Globe of Annihilation finishing off MDC. Death and Delay a little bit ahead on these minions still. Venus is very low. Delta Sniper in the backline harassing the members. Oh, look at that bomb spread. Oh no, it's a full explosion triple. Azmodan, White Mane go down. Lucio goes down to the Banshee's Curse. And it will be Death and Delay that ultimately pick up this Arcane Punisher. Well, oh well, quite the scrap over our first objective of the game. Charlemagne gonna bait this Punisher over, but the wall is already so damaged. We'll see whether this fort will stand. It looks like Death and Delay not gonna push it here. They're gonna start moving on down to the bottom lane. Not too worried about this top fort. Huckett grabbing some of these dilapidated experience globes. Mid being pushed in, and Death and Delay are going for a camp steal. We'll see whether Clouded Minds After Dark can get down here in time. Azmodan is still dealing with the top lane. Stitch is working on the back shaman, so Death and Delay are going to be able to pick this up for free. Nice little macro play there as the stun comes out. Follow-up from Macdadio is there. Tiger in a world of hurt. But look at the healing coming on through from that whirlwind. Now Whitemane brings in that Zealous Mark. Slide comes through once again. Can the follow-up be there? Tiger is still alive somehow as ETC goes down, maintaining the body block in tower range for a second too long. It will be traded out for the Sonya. Nice work by Skycake in evening up that gank. Oh, Dax. Oh, Dax, you might be in the wrong neighborhood, buddy. Gets on out of there. Death and Delay, none the wiser. Move on down to the bottom camp. Shaman taken early by Clouded Minds After Dark, giving Diva something to do there in the top lane. Clouded Minds After Dark were thinking about moving in for an invade, but they find nobody there. Huckett may be out of position here. Charlemagne looking for the flank. Goes for the hook, not quite going to land. MDC finds the slide. It is going to be the Bloodlust coming on through from Death and Delay. The extra movement speed allowing the chase to continue. The Bile from Stitches is putting on a big slow on this chase, though. MDC has to slide away. Hook comes out onto Huckett, and Rhaegar could be in trouble here. The leap comes out from Tiger, and it's going to be ETC first to go down. Huckett falls as well. Tiger going to survive the mech explosion. That's a double kill for Clouded Minds After Dark. It is going to allow them to move up onto this camp. Macdadio and Delta Sniper will be spotted here on the edge. Uh-oh, Macdadio coming face to face with Stitches, but has a nice escape path. Maybe, kinda, sorta. There you go. There you go. Dax with the marks there onto Lucio. Push through the bottom lane, maybe gets a little bit of chip damage. There it is. Minions of Hell for Azmodan, helping clear away that tower. MDC finds the slide. Good to get a mosh here onto 2. Stitches comes on through. It gets the hook there onto Delta Sniper. Unfortunately, no damage available on the side of Death and Delay to follow up that. And MDC, in all sorts of trouble, is going to go down to the globe. Back Daddio, rotating along through. There's the leap from Sonya. Unstoppable comes on out from Huckett. Unstoppable applied once again by Lucia will definitely get him out of there. Rhaegar will escape. And there's that siege coming on through from Clouded Mines After Dark. They get the bottom tower, and now they get to back on up and start up this Mortar Punisher. Very nicely played. This comp is starting to come together here for Clouded Mines After Dark. Now with a commanding lead on these minions, Death and Delay, ETC and Kael'thas are making their way back in. We'll see if they want to dive onto this objective or if they just want to set up for the defense, but they do not have a fort in the bottom lane. There it is. They're going to go for it. There's the silence onto 3 members, though. Skycake keeping everyone alive with that white main ult. Look at all that healing. Dax getting a little bit damaged there. Iron Maiden dropping the mech on the point. Members of Clouded Mines After Dark do manage to get away. Dax going with the Haunting Wave in, but cannot finish Pilot Diva before the mech drop continues. There's the leap coming on out, the slide from ETC there for the peel, and we are caught in a choke here. The Mosh is going the full 4 seconds. Weenus with nowhere to go. Azmodan will go down. Tiger with the last hit will get the kill onto Kael'thas. Slide comes out onto Sonya, but being healed up by Whitemane. Diva will ultimately go down. The Punisher jumps onto Huckett. Can Rhaegar get away here? The hook is interrupted. Oh, that was looking like it was going to be right there. It is a 2-for-1, though, and this Punisher is coming on through hot. Still very, very healthy here for Clouded Mines After Dark. This could be a keep here. Kael'thas is only just rezzing now. Diva out in 5 seconds. Keep is down to half health as the Punisher is going to start to double back, and this will be a keep. Going over to Clouded Mines After Dark. What a push with this Azmodan composition. How you doing, Azmodan? What's going on, Weenus? Where are we going? Clouded Mines After Dark going to head on back. Charlemagne hooking a minion because why not? Now realizing they're a little bit behind. Death and Delay catching up here in the mid. Azmodan with quite the wave in the top lane. Gonna try to get out of dodge before Death and Delay comes up for the gank. Back camp is claimed by Clouded Mines After Dark. This Causer is actually going to be marching onto core. So someone will have to deal with that eventually. Constant catapults in the bottom lane are going to be a big source of issue for Death and Delay. Moving for a big camp steal here. Looks like they were looking to try to get a fight before level 16s were online. Clouded Mines After Dark, they're just going to push the mid, though. They've got the double camp in the mid. Black Arrows come on out. There's a double stack in the top lane, though. Death and Delay, they might get some serious damage if the members of Clouded Mines After Dark don't start to back. There they go. Death and Delay may come out ahead here. They've got a double Shaman camp. There's 2 camps pushing through the mid. Can they get away here? Members are hit with a giant globe. Tiger is on the edge. Iron Maiden trying to back away. Oh no, Death and Delay could be in some big trouble here. They're not going to be able to back off. Hook comes out onto Iron Maiden. Tiger is healthy for now, but being chased away. The leap into the backline. Somehow Sodia's still alive. There is the mosh onto 3. Whitemane is going to go down here. Tiger and Weenus forced out. Charlemagne is in some trouble. Stitch is starting to back away. Mid-wall is being cleaved down by these camps. The core is actually going to start to take some damage. The shielding taken out by these catapults and by this camp. 97%. Iron Maiden is going to push these minions back. So only 11% core health lost. Mid is going to be mostly cleaned up here, though the towers, the entire front wall does go down. Keep did take some damage on the side of Clouded Mines After Dark. Man, it's tough to imagine who actually came out ahead there. I feel like Clouded Mines After Dark getting a little bit of core damage is pretty good. But opening up a win condition for Death and Delay was pretty important there in the top lane. Charlemagne going for the hook on Vision. No one home. Shrine activating. It is going to be a Frozen Punisher in the mid lane. So definitely valuable for Clouded Minds After Dark. Not quite as valuable for Death and Delay. Iron Maiden escapes the hook attempt. You see Death and Delay rotating through, looking for a possible fight here. As Tiger wants to start up this shrine right away. There it is. D.Va does not have a mech explosion available. That's a pretty big disadvantage for Death and Delay here. Stitch is moving right up there with the Bile. Charlemagne going to be relying on White Mane to heal on up, but there's the ult onto 4 members. Iron Maiden is going to get popped. Bomb is going to go out and not land on anybody as we see... Oh, Venus actually taking some big hits from Mac Daddy-O. Charlemagne trying to get healed up there. There's the Mosh onto 1. No interrupt available, and that's going to be Charlemagne going down here. Skycake and Venus so low. Delta Sniper is on the chase. Slide land's going to land onto 2. White Mane taken out. There's Sonya going down. Death and Delay with the triple kill are going to take over this objective platform. Dax noping on out of there. Just going to go ahead and do some camps. Uh-oh, Huckett coming on through, though. Will discover the Banshee Queen. Dax, I don't think you can duel that, buddy. Rest of the team coming on through. Delta Sniper's on the way. Rhaegar is not the one you want to be dueling. Unstoppable is out, and Sylvanas goes down. That Rhaegar is a tough bugger. Nice steal for Death and Delay. That's, we'll see what they can do with this. The more they can do with this, the better. The stagger on the Sylvanas is a pretty big deal. It's a lot of the consistent damage that could go out onto this Punisher taken away. Being a Frozen Punisher, it will end up being a little bit healthier than its other Punisher pals. Hook not quite going to land there from Charlemagne. Bait over the wall is in, and looks like, okay, the damage is coming through pretty hot there for Clouded Minds After Dark. There's the towers turned off, though. Sylvanas still down for 10 seconds, but Death and Delay not able to do a whole lot there. Top keep is more damage. D.Va trying to move in there. Venus will mostly clear that minion wave away. Tiger's looking for a flank. Oh, Tiger's just going to go ahead and start that camp. Okay. 20s are here for Death and Delay. Delta Sniper having to deal with this catapult stack in the bottom lane will allow Clouded Minds After Dark to negate some of this top lane pressure with a Shaman camp. Khazra picked up by Death and Delay there. And right now, name of the game for Clouded Minds After Dark is definitely find level 20. See if Death and Delay can force something before that, though. Tiger moves onto the wave. Mac Daddy-O, it's looking. MDC wants a slide. Sonya's movement speed is enough to get Tiger on out of there. Top lane push is continuing with the Shaman. Hook comes out, is going to land onto MDC. There is no Gorge, it is a Bile game, so there's not going to be a kidnap from range. Right now, Death and Delay really, really wants this top keep. They're rotating on through. Mac Daddy-O throwing in the flamethrower. MDC going to step on up here, and this... Oh, Hook comes out onto Delta Sniper. Lucio comes out, but the Unstoppable is there. Bloodlust is popped. Mech Explosion in the backline is committed. Oh, look at the interrupt. It's not going to be enough. Iron Maiden gets back into the mech. There's the Mosh onto 2 as Sonya falls. Charlemagne looking to re-engage possibly with a hook over this wall is going to land on MDC once again. Without Sonya, that's a lot of the sustain in this fight that is not available. Clouded Minds After Dark, they lose their top keep. Mid keep is starting to become damaged, but they do have their level 20s. So if they can hold out for another 30 seconds here, they could potentially bring this back to an even teamfight scenario, and they have the bottom lane opened up. Death and Delay, they're going to have the catapult pressure in the top and in the mid now. As they move back to try to steal this camp. Huckett's going to have to go back and deal with this catapult stack once again. Oh, Huckett not going back. Looks like it will be D.Va heading on back to deal with that. We've got a Mortar Punisher in the top lane. Still the most fortified lane of Death and Delay. Though, if this point does become a vessel for a team fight, Clouded Minds After Dark still has a path to victory here. Bottom fort going to be taken out here. That's going to give some periodic catapults. It'll give a little bit of relief for Death and Delay. They are giving up a ton of... Actually, I'm surprised they're not starting the objective. Fort for fort is going to be traded out here. Right now, Death and Delay is starting to rotate up. Clouded Minds After Dark, they're going to start moving forward to this keep wall as Sonya starts the channel. I'm surprised Death and Delay didn't come here sooner. They're going to come in for the flank. We'll see if Charlemagne can spot them out. Dax is going to see them coming. Hook comes out onto MDC. Oh no, ETC is now in the back line. Slide comes on through. It's going to be a mosh, but it's going to be interrupted there by Dax. Silence Arrow comes on out for a 10-second cool... Oh, it wasn't a 10-second cooldown. MDC hits the mosh once again, but ETC is so low. Beck is down. ETC is down. It's the death mosh onto 4. Clouded Minds After Dark are turning this thing around. That's Rhaegar going down. Delta Sniper and Mac Daddio are trying to get away here. Oh my goodness, Kael'thas absolutely exploding here. Clouded Minds After Dark. They're going to go to try to win this game right now. There they go, moving across the map here. The Punisher taken just in case. Venus going to draw some aggro from this keep. And with 30 seconds, with nothing but Lucio, it's looking like Clouded Minds After Dark have this locked up. Lucio trying to guide some catapults in, but the race will definitely not be sufficient. Clouded Minds After Dark bring it back and are going to take game number 2. We're going to be going to a game number 3 in this series. Very, very nicely done. GG. Wow, an explosive early game coming on out there from Clouded Minds After Dark. Death and Delay came on through in the mid-game looking very strong, grabbing those keeps, and it came down to one final fight, and the stacking of Azmodan, the great silence from Sylvanas interrupting the initial engage. Man, great job there from Clouded Minds After Dark to bring it on back. Good work by Death and Delay. They were that close. Played that game very well. Just a little bit of a misstep there at the end, and we are going to game number 3. Mac Daddio on the Kael'thas once again leading the way on damage for Death and Delay, 62,700. Venus on the Azmodan, topping the stats across the board, siege, hero damage, and experience. 78,500 for the Lord of Sin. Very, very nicely done. Take a quick look at the talents, and then we'll go ahead and set ourselves up for game number 3. Cavalier wants 20 ab twists. The monster. The monster. Okay. Want to see me twist? There you go, buddy. 20 twists. 20 twists. Alrighty, no lobby just yet. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a short break, refill the water, get myself situated. Be back with game number 3, Death and Delay versus Clouded Minds After Dark. Alrighty, welcome back. We're setting up here for game number 3 of Death and Delay versus Clouded Minds After Dark. And as Cavalier is correctly predicted, we are going to Towers of Doom. here for game number 3 at the behest of Clouded Minds After Dark. Lobby is up. Let them know I'm ready to go, and they can go at their leisure. Checking in on the series so far, Hanamura Temple and Garden of Terror banned away by Death and Delay. Praxis Holdout and Battlefield of Eternity banned out by Clouded Minds After Dark. Death and Delay were victorious in Alterac Pass for game number 1, but Clouded Minds After Dark bringing it back on Infernal Shrines, picking up the victory in game number 2. And now we're going to be going to Towers of Doom to decide this series. Always a good closer here. Looking forward to seeing how the teams clash. I mean, from game number 1, it seemed like Death and Delay had the team fight that they wanted. They were doing really well, but then Clouded Minds After Dark in game number 2 showed that their team fight ain't so bad either, and this is a very team fight heavy map. So I feel like a lot of this is going to come down to the draft, it's going to come down to the offlane matchup, and how exactly these team fights unfold mechanically. So I'm excited to see the clash once again here. So it looks like our teams are about ready to go. We will have ourselves a draft number 3 in just a moment. Hope chat's having a good day. Got me working out for you today. Spending those bananas. Always appreciated. Here we go. Here we go. Alrighty. We get ourselves a game number 3. Always good to see. Death and Delay does have the first pick opportunity, as they did in game number 1. And they don't want nothing to do with that white main from Skycake. That was a serious performance from Skycake there in game number 2. Kudos to that. Very nicely done. Clouded Minds After Dark, once again, just not interested in seeing Varian. That's 3 Varian bans in a row. So that means, you know, Asmodan gonna be banned away. Death and Delay saying, alright, we're willing to completely change our bans to make sure that you don't get that same draft again. Gotta respect it. Gotta respect it. Vala, the ban here from Clouded Minds After Dark, and I've gotta think Delta Sniper's saying Lucio. I gotta think you're saying Lucio. See whether that's gonna be the first pick. There's something else on the table here. I believe it was Lucio first pick every time. There it is. Delta Sniper going straight back to the Rollerblade and DJ with the unstoppable beats. Beats. Clouded Minds After Dark. Charlemagne picking the stitches once again here. It's landing some pretty good hooks. Very, very good. Makes me wonder if it's going to be Gorge this time, being that it is Towers of Doom. Sonya, again the choice here for Tiger. So salvaging what they can of the previous comp. Both teams pretty set in what they like. Are we going to see the Kael'thas? Are we going to see the ETC? Going to be Li Ming and Uberak this time. So MDC going back to the Anub from game number 1, and Mac Daddio is going to pick away the Li Ming from Weenus this time. Going to see if Weenus has a third hero to play. We'll have to see what that hero is. Clouded Minds After Dark with their next ban. Pretty good stun setup over on the side of Death and Delay so far. Find a Zool ban, honestly. Zool did some work there on Alterac Pass. It's going to be Raynor, though. Raynor taken away as a sustain and PvE monster follow-up. Death and Delay, considering their next ban here. Stitches and Sonya already locked in. White main already off the table, so, I mean, you could ban Sylvanas, or you could go off script here. I'm interested to see what the choice is going to be. I'm going to ban the Sylvanas. So that's all the heroes from Clouded Minds After Dark's last draft are currently picked or spoken for. Picked or banned. So Clouded Minds After Dark going to have to come up with a fresh 3 choices. For Dax, probably a Grey main. A Grey main into a Nubrak is a little funky. The Cursed Bullet can land on wrong targets. Gonna bring the Grey main and the Uther. So looking for an Uther setup with the Stitches this time. That's a pretty nasty combination. here from Clouded Minds After Dark. Whoever they catch is going to be in serious trouble here, but Lucio does have the high five. See whether that's going to be enough for a save or not. Death and Delay, they've been running double healer. They're going to do it again. Huckett bringing in the Brightwing this time, and Iron Maiden going to be playing Malthael. So it's a Li Ming solo backline with Malthael flank. Not extremely consistent damage, and Malthael into Uther Sonya. Alright, I mean, it's possible. I'd love to see Venus pick up an extra support here. I think that would just absolutely demolish Death and Delay's draft right now. It's going to be an Orphea, though. Bringing in the Mage. Orphea is pretty good with the jukes and the jives. Though into Brightwing, the Polymorph can definitely hurt Orphea a lot. I like Clouded Minds After Dark's draft right now. They've got the Uther anti-burst for this Anubarak Li Ming combination. Stitches has the engage, Uther has the follow-up. Though it is a double healer comp. So these fights can go on a while. If Li Ming whittles down someone enough, if the fights go long, that definitely does not go into Uther's favor. I feel like Clouded Minds After Dark, they've got all the tools they need to get a kill off of any hook here. We'll have to see how it goes. Excited to see how these teams clash. They've surprised me so far with how they interact with each other. I thought Death and Delay was definitely bringing in the extra team fight there in game number 2, and Clouded Minds After Dark showed me wrong. So let's see how it goes here in game number 3. Here we go. On the left in the blue. Looking to bring it on back is Death and Delay. Delta Sniper on the Lucio. MDC playing Anubarak. Huckett on the Brightwing. Iron Maiden playing the Malthael. And it is Mac Daddio on the Li Ming. On the right in the red, Clouded Minds After Dark. Skycake on the Uther. Charlemagne playing the Stitches. Venus playing the Orphea. Dax on the Greymane. And Tiger on the Sonya.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Here we go. Game number 3 on Towers of Doom is underway. Malthael headed straight to the top lane here. Do not blame them, as the level 1 team fight available from Clouded Minds After Dark is very, very lethal. Hook comes out onto Anubarak. No follow-up to be had just yet. The wave clear. Reigning superior for now on the side of Clouded Minds After Dark. Excuse me. Malthael should be able to clear faster than Sonya in the double soak department. So that's definitely a boon for Death and Delay. As we head on down to the bottom lane here. How you doing, Resto? Drink water, streamer. Don't mind if I do. Hook comes out there onto Huckett. Nice cleanse coming on through from the Brightwing, though. Huckett with the self-cleanse there. Definitely going to need multiple engages into all these cleanses and all these saves of Death and Delay, though you can get multiple engages onto these points. Oh, Dax in some trouble. Was trying to solo that camp, but the engage comes on through. The roll is going to be enough. Charlemagne and Venus on the flank here may have Death and Delay pinched, as Tiger coming on through as well. Sonya trying to wrap up some of these kills. Charlemagne moving on forward. A nice peel back from Death and Delay as Dax moves back to the camp. Now, if we take a look at the experience, very much ahead here is Malthael on these rotations. Now, this is where Death and Delay can eke out an advantage throughout the game. Unless we see some ganks there in the mid lane from Clouded Minds After Dark, Malthael is going to be able to run this map very, very hard. Taking a couple days off dice before you dive back in. Awesome. Just been seeing your dice progress. They're looking pretty sweet. Right now, Death and Delay has not taken their Sapper camp. They went for the invade. It didn't go well. Delta Sniper's pushed back by Venus a little bit there. Sonya's still trying to catch up on these waves as Malthael actually going to go ahead and work on the top sapper. Sonya making their way back up there. We'll see whether Tiger sniffs that out. There we go. Sonya's actually heading up there. This is going to be trouble for Iron Maiden. I think Sonya wins this trade before level 10. But not if Brightwing comes on in. Great job by Death and Delay to call for that rotation. And Iron Maiden gets out of there safely. Stun comes out. Lucio can't get away from that. Great jump in. Good follow-up by Dax and Venus. Right now, 2 members actually in the top lane trying for Death and Delay. Tiger, see if Tiger can stay alive for long enough. Dax is here, but Iron Maiden's coming across. This could have been... Uh-oh. Dax could be in all sorts of trouble here. Trying to move back. Tiger moving back in. Skycake here as well. Death and Delay may not be able to cap this. Charlemagne looking for a hook into base. Not going to get it. Venus gets the interrupt there. Lucio is in as well, but Tiger is very low, Venus is low. I think they're just going to have to go ahead and give this up. Death and Delay get the 2-for-1 despite losing pressure in the bottom lane. Nice play there. Good adaptation coming on out from the blue team. Sneak peek of the newest set. Oh, yeah. Love advanced information. Charlemagne getting away from the burrow charge there, but may not be enough. Stitch is trying to move on back. Looks like Skycake has enough healing to get Charlemagne on out of there. Oh, man. These hooks are just barely not hitting. Charlemagne with some good game sense there. Just barely not enough. Death and Delay are moving back to their own sapper camp. Looks like Clouded Minds After Dark not going to invade, just going to go ahead and take their own. Are they going to finish in time? They will. All right, Charlemagne caught by the Impale there. So they will trade out bottom camps. We will see them clash here. Charlemagne in some trouble. Gets stunned out. Can Uther bring enough armor? No. Stitches goes down. Venus could be in some trouble here as well. Getting healed up. Oh, getting the trade there onto a Nubrag. Venus popping off there. Macdadio coming in with the Calamity, laying waste to Orphea. Checking on our solo lane here. Iron Maiden still trying to trade away here with Tiger. Till level 10, I don't think that goes well for Malthael, but once the last rites comes on through, that could be enough to tilt that matchup in Malthael's favor, which will mean the solo lane matchup is even more in favor of Death and Delay.
The time is now, heroes.
Solo laners trying to stay in range. Macdadio gets hooked, but will move away. Oh, the slam at the last moment interrupts Huckett. MDC gets the knockup onto Dax. Macdadio is looking for the big flanks. Calamity comes on in. Delta Sniper all over the backline, but here comes Tiger. Malthael is not here yet. Delta Sniper going to require a teleport from the Brightwing as Macdadio being harassed by Charlemagne. Iron Maiden gets the mark onto 3 as Tiger is just all up in that backline. Chase from Clouded Minds After Dark. We'll see if they can keep them away. Venus is just all up in Death and Delay's space. Skycake is going to get the channel here. Can Venus get away? The stun comes out. MDC working on that. The polymorph, is that going to be enough? Yes. Orphea goes down. Dax could be in some trouble here. Charlemagne trying to draw some fire. MDC with the Impale. Polymorph is out. Charlemagne with the double bite. Is that going to be enough? There's the armor from Uther. Nice stun comes out onto Lucio. Oh no, Charlemagne self-rooted in the disintegration beam. And that's going to be Stitches going down. Lucio also popped there. Death and Delay showing that all they need is that Li Ming with that stun combination. That's going to be enough. Malthael still ahead on these rotations. This top wall starting to take some damage. Tiger putting some damage onto the mid wall as well, as bottom fort is going to be going over to Death and Delay in just a moment, unless Clouded Minds After Dark can get a lucky engage here. Building is going to go down. Uther is on the way. Charlemagne did go with the Gorge this time, so we may see some separation from this double support combination. Teams working on their sapper camps once again here. Malthael ahead on these rotations. Tiger trying to catch up a little bit. But there's the XP just being smote upon that mid wall. Actually able to take back this tower with very little resistance. Is Clouded Mines After Dark. I'm surprised it was that easy for them. So we now have a double altar in the top lane.
Take the altars and put
MDC gonna channel the left-hand side. Tiger working on the right. MDC falling asleep for a second there, but we'll start the channel. Tiger actually able to get this. MDC gonna work on that left channel. So the teams just do the honorable trade. Tiger working on Iron Maiden here. Puts the spin in. It is last rights here for Malthael. Tiger got to be careful here. MDC coming on up, looks for a burrow. The leap. Oh no, Tiger doesn't make it over the wall. Sonya trying to get away, but that's all the CC from Manubrax, so Sonya is going to get away. Huckett moving away from Skycake there. Is the polymorph going to be enough? Crushing Jaws not going to land. Great little dodge there by Huckett. MacDaddio could be in trouble. Oh, the Unstoppable is enough to get through the Divine Storm. Skycake not quite getting the stun. Huckett is somehow still alive. Orphea goes down here. MacDaddio getting the resets. Greymane falls. Skycake trying to move back here as the Disintegration Beam melts away the Paladin. Skycake is going to fall as well. Iron Maiden is pulled in. Oh no, that may have been the wrong hook target. Last Rites is out and Stitches goes down. Huckett just left my screen. I was looking for Brightwing. I couldn't find him. Death and Delay reclaims the bottom tower. As Tiger, the only one left standing after that engagement, pushing through the top lane.
The altars are rising, heroes.
Not going to go for the camp. Mid tower is going to start to take some damage here. So we now have a 2-level lead for Death and Delay. We have a double spawn here in the bottom lane. That's a tough spot for Clouded Mines After Dark, as they only have the top fort as a retreat point. Venus starting the channel here. MDC trying to get away. MacDaddio with the first interrupt. Leap comes out. Not going to land onto Li Ming, though. Tiger is going to be broken out. Venus is going to be interrupted. There's the pull away. Iron Maiden with the self-unstoppable, trying to warp on through. Malthael is still healthy. This is big trouble here for Clouded Mines After Dark. The double stun in the backline. Polymorph is in. Tiger is down. Skycake and Charlemagne trying to back off here. Dax goes in and actually gets the counter kill onto Malthael. Great job by Dax trading out there, and is actually going to get away to tell the tale. Will Skycake and Charlemagne be as lucky? Venus is starting to pop off, though. Orphea is still at very high health. Hook comes out, going to bring Huckett in. Charlemagne gets the Devour, but there's MDC going in. There's the Polymorph. Dax dives in to try to get a little bit of disengage. Greymane falls, dying for Charlemagne's sins. Can MDC get away from Skycake? Uther trying to move back. The trades are insane, but Venus is very low on mana. Skycake and Charlemagne low on health. Stitches gets another Devour as Venus is still surviving. Tiger actually making it back to the fight here. Leap comes out, is going to land onto 2. Somehow, Clouded Mines After Dark are still kicking in this fight. Charlemagne has been on 10% health forever and is finally going to go down. Venus finally taken out there. Tiger and Skycake trying to move away. Delta Sniper with the quick stun. Last Rites is going to finish off the Uther. Huckett trying to get the channel here. 5 more shots onto the core of Clouded Mines After Dark. Ultimately, Sonya will fall. Unbelievable. Death and Delay with the double support composition last the long one and pick up 5 kills, 6 kills. There were a lot of kills there in that fight.
Heroes, I have opened a tunnel near our core.
Dax trying to de-push the top lane there, but it's a double camp push right to the kill zone for Death and Delay.
I've opened my tunnel as well.
Moving to try to cap the mid tower as we see Clouded Mines After Dark have to deal with the bottom push. It is going to go down here. Bottom lane is being worked on by Clouded Mines After Dark. Mid tower is going to fall. Can Death and Delay actually get down here fast enough? Nubrak burrowed over the side. Tiger not going to land the spear. And Clouded Minds After Dark are going to have to back off here. Greymane goes down. Uther is in the cocoon. Skycake in all sorts of trouble. Orphea trying to peel. Can Uther get away from the beam? No, Uther falls. Li Ming is taken into the base. Li Ming is actually going to be kicked out there. Unfortunate interaction. I don't think Charlemagne knew about it. Li Ming going to go down here, though. Death and Delay in a 3v3 situation as Malthael is still split pushing that top lane. Charlemagne, unfortunately, can't get past that minion wave. Top lane in some trouble here. Iron Maiden is guiding this minion wave along with the sappers, and this could be a 6-keep play. Iron Maiden's going to back off. It looks like Tiger is going to be here to defend the last keep. 18 shots on the core. Death and Delay. MDC is going in. I don't think gets there in time. No, some Clouded Minds After Dark are going to save their lives here. Tiger has the shields to get away. MDC in all sorts of trouble. Anubrak is actually going to be taken out there. Brightwing harassing Greymane along the bottom side as the teams are now starting to rotate down to this final channel. Charlemagne going to zone away. Hook not quite going to land there in the mid. Clouded Minds After Dark, they're going to get their 2 shots and going to try to move back and take this mid tower back. Death and Delay, getting a little bit of pressure there in the top lane. Mid tower taken back. Dax working on this bottom tower. Clouded Minds After Dark, they've evened up the map once again, and they're looking for a big flank here. There's the leap onto 2. Crushing Jaw is not going to get through the unstoppable of Death and Delay. Polymorph is out. Iron Maiden in all sorts of trouble. There's the Divine Storm going to take out the Malthael. Hook lands onto Macdadio. Li Ming is stolen, but there are 2 healers here. Can Li Ming get away? Macdadio with the teleport back. There's the healing. Is it enough to get Li Ming on out of there? Sonya is on the chase. The slams are in. Macdadio can't get over the wall, and Li Ming is down. Hook is gonna... Oh my goodness, it almost landed onto Huckett again. Tiger is on the chase here, wants to get the slams. Polymorph is in. MDC with the single stun, but Tiger is gonna be okay for now. Clouded Minds After Dark, they get the double kill, and they are now working on the boss here. I would have loved to see them go after some buildings. They're going to grab these 4 shots. They're going to take them away as a potential win condition. They're going to have to go back as we have a solo bottom lane altar spawning. Clouded Minds After Dark. Going to head on back, try to heal themselves up before this next altar phase. Malthael back on the battlefield. Li Ming 10 seconds out. Clouded Minds After Dark are going to get another sapper camp pushing through the bottom lane, but it is going to run into this wall. Altar comes up. Huckett is going to be taken away there. Brightwing just needs a blink target. There's the stun, though. Huckett is taken away from the team. Stun is out, and that is going to be enough to kill the Brightwing. What a play from Tiger. Stunning Death and Delay away from Brightwing, so no blink heal was possible. The kill comes on through. The bark onto Malthael is enough. Another double kill here for Clouded Minds After Dark, and they are putting in such a late game surge. Uther looking for the channel here. Tiger moving on back for this fight. Stitches is taken out of the cocoon here. They're not going to go for the channel. Instead, they're going to go for this structure with the double kill, trying to get every last bit of value that they can. Trying to move up with this minion wave. They're not going to go for it. They're not going to push in. Hook comes out, going to land onto one of the beetles. Oh, this is safer than I was hoping they would play it. They get the channel here, so that's another 4 shots. But now they have no minion wave to try to take this tower with. Hook comes out, going to land onto another beetle. Charlemagne wants a gorge here. Dax is locked on. Li Ming trying to get those magic missiles to land onto Greymane. There's the Impale. Dax moves on back here. MDC has to burrow charge away. Charlemagne looking for the hook. Not going to find it there. Oh, Macdadio with the... Oh my goodness. The leap comes on out from Tiger, though. There's the Unstoppables. This could be big trouble for Tiger. Manages to get the healing just in time. And look at... There's the hook. Oh, it's going to land onto Huckett. There's the kidnap. Charlemagne starting to move back here. Puckett trying to get away. Brightwing goes down. Clouded Minds After Dark somehow are turning these fights in their favor every time. Now with Brightwing down, let's see what they can do with this situation. Oh, Tiger. Oh no, stepping into the wrong neighborhood there. Was not expecting 3 members of Death and Delay. That's going to be Sonya falling. Here's the big flank. Oh no, Clouded Minds After Dark could be in all sorts of trouble. Iron Maiden gets over the wall. Skycake and Weena's in some trouble here, starting to move back. Uther is being focused down. Orphea is going to be the first to fall. Uther goes next. There goes Greymane. Charlemagne with nowhere left to go. Iron Maiden with the block, and that is going to be an extended ace for Death and Delay. GG has been called, but there's no path to victory for Death and Delay just yet. They've still got 12 shots on their core. I mean, they're going to spread around the map, try to take some of these buildings back, but there's a lot of work to do. I don't think they can win in 30 seconds. They're going to grab the 2 bottom lane towers. They're going to work on the mid. Iron Maiden is... I don't know if they're going to be able to do this in time. We're going to get some shots, but this is definitely not game just yet. Tiger coming on through. Going to try to ward away Death and Delay there. Needs to be careful, though. Bottom towers are back. There's the leap coming on through. Tiger gets the armor out. Starting to move back here. Stitch is the last one to spawn. This mid tower goes down, but top is still up and available. So it's going to be 6 shots through this altar, but still 6 shots left on the core here. Clouded Minds After Dark. They're not done just yet. The siege from Greymane and Orphea looks like it's going to be fast enough. Charlemagne looking for the hook over the channel there. Death and Delay, they don't have the victory just yet, but they are in a pretty good position. Mid tower going to be the next focus here. Nubarak a little bit behind as the polymorph comes out onto Charlemagne. Last Rites is in, and that's going to be Stitches going down. The Divine Hurricane is not going to be enough to save Charlemagne. Polymorph is out. Dax trying to move back here. A nice Calamity from MacDaddy-O is going to secure the kill onto Greymane. That's a double kill for Death and Delay. Boss is up and available once again, but once again, it's still 6 shots on the core, so this will not be enough for the victory. We're looking at a double bottom lane altar spawn for the next objective. Remaining members of Clouded Minds After Dark are going to take back this mid. Boss will be secured by Death and Delay. There's still 30 seconds till Greymane spawns, and the next altars are only coming up in 30 seconds. This could be done. Top fort going to be taken here for reasons by Death and Delay. Tiger. Uh-oh, there's the Cocoon coming out onto the Orphea. MDC re-engaging there as Weena's trying to move back. Look at the Disintegration Beam as Orphea goes down. And that's a fantastic stagger for Death and Delay there. Altars are activating. Oh, in the top lane, here's the pincer. Tiger has to kill at least 2 of these. Huckett is here to try to defend. Sonya's got to step up to that. Uther trying to get the bottom channel. Dax trying to get the mid channel. Looking like Sonya has enough to take these out. Moving back to the battle here. Dax moves on to the back line. Last Rites is going to secure the kill onto Greymane. Charlemagne takes MDC out of the fight. Skycake is still pushing back MacDaddy-O, but with the mid channel is the Malthael. Is Sonya going to get here in time? No. Iron Maiden gets the last shots, and that is going to be it. Death and Delay picks up the 2-1 victory. GG. What a final game there on Towers of Doom. Extremely back and forth. Clouded Minds After Dark with the big swing late. Death and Delay with the ace coming out of the base. Unbelievable game number 3. Well done by both squads. MacDaddy-O, this time on the Li Ming, once again nearly doubling the damage of the next best on the team. 116,000 coming on out there. Venus on the Orphea was putting on a clinic there in the mid game, almost hitting 100k hero damage by the end. A great showing by both teams there. Incredible series. Well, it was a pleasure to cast. Talent score, we see the kills were definitely in favor of Death and Delay there, but Clouded Minds After Dark. Wow. What a game. What a hold there near the end. Whew. Very nicely done. Alrighty. See if we can get ourselves an interview with our victors here. Let's see. Death and Play interview. See if we can get someone from the winning team all up in this stream. Alright, we'll go over here. Alright, I'm joined by Delta Sniper. Congratulations on the 2-1.
Yeah, thanks. It's a fun series.
That was quite the series there. Going to game number 1 there on Alterac Pass. Tell me a little bit about the comps there. Where did you feel like you were able to push ahead in that setup versus the Garrosh Abathur composition?
Well, yeah, during that map, it felt like we didn't really need to fight them or do the objective. We just needed to push lanes and not get thrown. So I think that's what we did. We just tried to stay back, keep pushing, because, I mean, they didn't have very good objective clear. We didn't have very good objective clear. So as you saw, we both were like, I think, level 11 before we even tried to get the objective.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you felt there was more value to be had in maintaining the lanes as they were rather than heading to the objective?
Yeah, and especially with the Abathur, because he wouldn't get a lot of value if we were soaking all the lanes, which is
Okay,
where
okay.
the Abathur value usually comes in.
Makes sense. Yeah. One other thing I noticed through the series, I think that was 3 double support comps in a row, if I'm remembering game number 2 properly. Is that a comfort choice? Is that a meta choice? A matchup choice? What are you thinking in terms of double healer comps right now?
Yeah, I think it's more comfort. I mean, our team on our whole roster has like 4 healer mains. So the 5 stack I think has 3 healer mains in it that we were running, and we try to pick more aggressive second healers, I guess, like Karazim, Rhaegar.
Mm-hmm.
The Brightwing was the first time we picked a non-aggressive healer. We just felt it countered what they were trying to do so well.
Okay, yeah, I mean, we can talk about that game number 3. We saw the Brightwing come on through as the second healer. It was looking like there was a, the kill pressure available from, like, the other team. It was Uther with Sonya, Greymane, Orphea. It seemed like they were able to just take out anyone they could possibly catch, but the cleanses coming on through from you, coming on through from Lucio, and Lucio and Brightwing together seemed very, very on point. How important was it to deny engages before they really start when it comes to moving against a Stitches comp?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I would try to, like, someone would get hooked, and then it's kind of, at that point, they're going to get stunned by Uther and whatnot, so you got to try to get there and high-five them or cleanse them with whatever you can. Yeah, they had a lot of CC with the Uther, especially with the Divine Hurricane that he went.
Tell me about the turning point on that last camp. You pick up the kill onto Sonya in the mid, making it a 4v4. Did you feel like if you could get to your camp in time, you had that, or was that sort of a risky call from your perspective?
Yeah, I think our tank thought we had it, and I was like, well, we can go, we can fight it, not knowing that he had Cocoon, because he said we outnumber him, and I was like, no, it's 4v4. And then, Mouthfeel E's and Q's over to stop the point cap, and someone gets Cocoon, making it a 4v3, and yeah. I think that's when we turned it, was the tank was like, yeah, we can fight him.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it was a really nice turnaround there. Clouded Minds had the map control, and yeah, getting the ace there incredibly important. Yeah, I mean, in that spot, there's so many things to do when, you know, the enemy team's got 4 structures. They're down for almost a minute. What was the priority in terms of trying to get back onto the map from that point? It looked like you prioritized the bottom lane, you prioritized the mid, and then moved to the top camp. Was there a thought for, you know, you ended up getting sort of the ultimate choice victory there, sappers in the top lane, double altar in the bottom. Were you able to look forward to that moment to prioritize how you were trying to take the map back after that ace?
Not forward to the double altars. We got the ace. The plan was to get the bottom 2 and the mid 2 so that we had 6 points. And then I think the boss left us with 2. And then we knew that the sappers, if we could get the tower, would be pressure. And then we were just lucky that there were 2 altars instead of 1, that we could kind of split their focus 3 ways.
Okay. Yeah, it's always such an interesting equation, the late game of Towers of Doom. Like, what's the most important thing to get done? So I always like to ask what PD teams are thinking in that moment. Yeah, so 2-1 series victory there. Yeah, congratulations. Really nicely done. It was a very back and forth series. I guess final question, were you expecting to get Lucio every game? Because it's been a very highly contested hero in most of the Heroes of the Storm community, but it seemed like Clouded Minds After Dark really didn't want to see a Varian.
Yeah, I was not expecting to get Lucio at all. Yeah, because it's banned everywhere. I mean, Storm League makes sense because people are going to pick Mixing Fire, but it's banned in this series, so it's less of a. But he's still, you know, the 4 cleanses that he can give the team is, I think, really good, especially into the current CC meta that tries to happen.
All right,
Yeah,
excellent.
definitely wasn't expecting it.
Well, the 2-1 series victory is yours. Congratulations. Looking forward to the next few weeks. Are there any opponents that you're looking forward to facing? Any old rivalries coming on back here in the XGDI?
No, I think we got all of round 1 scheduled. I haven't even looked at round 2. Round 1 has been played by
Okay,
us.
okay.
We played 3 of them this week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, a little bit of a break will definitely be deserved after 3 in 1 week. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Very nicely done. All right. Well, congratulations on the victory. Any shout outs you'd like to make before we close out here?
Yeah. I mean, got a shout out to Ripper. It looks like he was blowing up your chat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's our coach. Giving us good advice on our drafts and whatnot. Gotta shout out the subs, you know, MZ and I think Dontris is on this team. They were available today if we needed to just practice a little early, but good for the subs. And, you know, shout out to you for casting and to Clouded Minds for being such great opponents.
Fantastic. All righty. Well, good luck going forward in the rest of the season.
Thank you.
See you next time.
Later.